What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today I will be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Metaplanet with the ticker symbol 3350 on the Tokyo Stock Exchange. I will first be going over what I see on the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So my goal for today is show you guys the bullish and bearish case in the short term and long term. So let's start off with looking at the price action on the daily chart. Looks like you can draw a trend line off the swing highs. As you can see here, price is making lower highs. However, at the same time, you could draw a trend line off the swing lows. So the price is making higher lows. So it's getting pinched between these two converging trend lines. Eventually, it will break out one way or another. So it's just a guessing game which way it will break out. But we can obviously have, it's not a 50-50 probability. Sometimes it can be weighted slightly in one direction. And I would say it's going to be weighted probably higher because the prevailing trend was up. And, I think Bitcoin also looks like it's trying to break out higher. But again, it's not that much of a higher probability that we break out higher. We can still break down lower. If this breaks down lower, where is it going to go? Maybe to retest the high 200s and maybe even potentially the lower 100s. That's where this up move started. I don't think price is going to get that low. That would be a very nasty crash. That's about a 86% drop. That would mean like the bull market is basically over, and we're not going to continue higher anytime soon. But as right now, it looks like we're bouncing off of support. Today looks it's bearish, but it's not bearish as a bunch of other stocks in the market for the small little company that is the top 9 in Bitcoin Treasury. They hold about 4,206 Bitcoin on their balance sheet. So they're in the top 9 rankings in all public companies in the world. So that's pretty impressive. So that's why I want to do an analysis on it and watch it and keep an eye on it. Let's see what GME does. GameStop, if they start buying, which they said they would, then I'll continue. I'll probably also do GME in the future. I think you'd only want to hold Bitcoin treasury companies. I don't see how a company can continue to succeed if they don't fortify their balance sheet against a problem that everyone in the entire world faces, besides obviously elites who benefit from inflation. Everyone else in the entire world, any public company, basically, most majority of them, private companies, citizens of government, citizens of the country, schools, doctors, lawyers, engineers, janitors, they all have the same problem, inflation. So we want to hold something that cannot be inflated, which is Bitcoin. And these companies also want to hold something that cannot be inflated as well, which is Bitcoin. And again, there's other cryptos you can hold, but are you holding the strongest and most decentralized one, the most secure? No, you're not, unless you're holding Bitcoin. So that's why these companies only, view Bitcoin as the real winner. Anyway, let's take a look at the technicals. Basically, it's just converging between trend lines, waiting for it to break out. And that's what the short term is doing. Basically, bulls and bears are balanced. That's why the weekly candlestick for this week is very neutral. It's a doji. Doji candlesticks is when price is indecisive. You see price went up and down, but it closed kind of in the middle. That's what a doji is, like a cross. So it's indecision can lead to more indecision. So maybe we don't see a breakout anytime soon. I think probably sometime this month, though. Looking at the weekly charts, nice strong uptrend on the macro. Price is still above the bullish trend line, but not for long. It looks like it could be breaking down any time now because we're right at it. If it doesn't, rally strongly off of it soon, there is a measure move higher, one leg up right here, second leg up. So unless price falls below the $60 level or 60 yen level, then there's a good chance that the measurement target is still in play and it's attempting to reach the $1,300 level. So overall, still long-term bullish, short-term indecision, but most likely it'll break out higher in the future. If you do break down lower, it might not be a real breakout. It could just be a failed breakout for a strong reversal, something like this. So I wouldn't be too worried unless you start seeing price break down lower and struggling to come back up, meaning we retest the trend line's resistance, or we see a small little bounce that can lead to more downside. That's all I have for Metaplanet on the daily and weekly charts. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.